Strange days are here again. Now I'm dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head, they say what I need to hear, whispering lies that make my problems disappear. Then I get paranoid. Oh no, I let them in again. Should I play along? Why yes, let's play a game of pretend. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Time to let my crazy show. They feed on fears, they twist my thoughts. Act like kings, but they're just bots. Truth is, they just fucking bore me. Now it's my turn, I'll flip the game. Step inside, let's play insane. Let's get this psycho circus started. You're at my party, dearly departed. I can make this fun, do you wanna run? I'm pulling out the big one, just for fun. Pop the champagne and run, bitch, run! Strange days are back again. Still dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head they say what I need to hear on repeat till the silence disappears. 1, 2, 3, now you know. This is how I let my crazy show. They prey on doubt, my insecurities. Play pretend like they've got authority. But truth is, they just fucking bore me.
So, Ernie put something really fucking interesting out. I thought we should go over it. Now, do I think that this guy has anything to do with Summer? No. I think I'm seeing he was in jail when Summer went missing. I could be wrong. However, he is out of jail and he did have like a 28-year sentence or something. He would be a neighbor to the 3500 block of Van Hill Road. And it is interesting that this man had gotten out November 5th, like a week before they searched the area. How do you bond out when you're sentenced? That's not normal. How did this man bond out? Let's give Ernie a listen. We got about 15 minutes of this. Then we're going to go right into fucking dumb cunt Munch. I got some words for him as a woman.
Sorry about the delay. I got a lot of things going on too. I'm working today, see, and I'm still doing out this stuff. So, lightning bolts in the chat. If you guys can hear me, lightning bolts in the chat. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Revealing. So, if we take a look at the screen right now, I'm going to do this real quick, like, because I got to get back to work. If you take this character right here, this is Cody Scott Compton. This is Cody Scott Compton. Now, here's what's weird about it. If we go and look at his dates and stuff that he's arrested, incarcerated, you'll see that he's not eligible for release date until 9/19/2045, folks. This is what the crazy thing about it is. And then if you look at the sentence end date, 7/8/2048. So there's a lot going on with this guy, this character here. You'll also see some of the things he's done, aggravated burglary, and there's a ton more. It won't even fit in the screen, guys. Now, the big thing about this is there's also restraining orders, and these restraining orders go back from Don Wells Now check this out, guys. So this is what we're working on right now. Yes, exactly. So he's made a deal with the FBI because the location the FBI and the TBI are at or were at, I know this for a fact, it was his addresses. He's registered on these addresses. So he's registered on these addresses, folks. That's all I want to get out there to you guys. Now, if we look at affiliations, he's affiliated with gangs. Now, we all know in jail, people always want to affiliate themselves with some kind of vice lords or, GD, all these people. So if you look at the tattoos, yes, he's got 5-point stars. Yes, he's got the horns. He's got things that, but here's the thing. It goes along with both sides of the gang. So is he really a gang member? We don't know that. But there's accusations that he's a debt collector. So this goes back to the days that Don Wells was into the drugs and they said they took Summer. They said they took Summer to pay off the debt. Well, he's the debt collector. So think about it. That is a fact. He is known for this around Sullivan County. This is what he's known for. Now, he's in jail for guess what? Remember we talked about the Knoxville connections. Well, his family has the connections for Knoxville, Tennessee as well. The addresses match up. Now, remember the hotels? Well, guess where he was caught at the hotels. Guess what he was doing? He was robbing innocent folks. That's where.
That's a new live from Ernie. I truly believe that's worth looking into. The man, because he got out of jail, I don't think he would have had anything to do with Summer, however. I think the early release date, maybe he may know something as a neighbor. I got a message. Let me see what it is. What do you think? Oh, let me tell her I'm live. Talking about Munch now. Munch has been harassing Sinister, and Sinister's not feeling much like coming live. From what she's telling me, she's saying she's sick over this BS, but I am there. I will come and chat when needed. She's had enough. She's needing a minute to regroup from last night and today. Munch has been, listen, I don't know the whole story behind Munch. We're going to go watch a few of his videos because I want to get a feel for this guy. The first video I got up, I shared in my community post. I don't care who the woman is. You male chauvinistic, little ball, little dick penis motherfucker. The way you talk about women is astonishing to me. I advocate for women. What I don't advocate for is a big tool bag like you, a liar at that, because you told me you ain't never stayed at that Ghost Jessica's house, and we all know that's bullshit. Mama Bear, if you're out there, you're welcome to grab a link and we can talk about when he was buddies with Ghost Jessica. Staying here in Pennsylvania with your Pittsburgh ties. I have a lot to go into question with you and Andrew and what's going on up there in New York and the travel to Tennessee. Because I don't like the way you fucking talk, you filthy mouthed motherfucker. And for your woman to sit there next to you and listen to that, Tammy, your man's a narcissist. Get the fuck away from him. This is abusive behavior. Any man that would speak about a woman like this has nerve. And then for him to sit there and say about teeth, guess what? I'm missing a tooth too. But your woman's missing a fucking tooth, you dumb fucking cunt motherfucker. The next time I hear you call a woman a twat waffle, I'm going to tell you what, blue balls. You met your match. You're not going to get on here in Summer's case and start degrading women all day because you're a fucking pervert and want to send your little penis to people. Listen to how this dude talks about women. Act right. Sinister. There was another one in here. Mama Bear.
Let's see. Miss Hazy Haley the hoe is over there doing a live. So, I don't give a fuck what cops you called, okay? But make sure you provide every motherfucking thing, okay? Because I have it all. I don't delete shit. In the one paragraph, you deleted one message. What do you have to hide? What did you have to hide? Did you say something foolish? Because I don't remember seeing that or reading that. So why'd you delete it? So make sure you provide every, and I mean every, okay? Every message from me to you, from you to Elisa, from you to Andrew, from you to Tammy, because we have it all, sweet cheeks. So put that in your meth pipe and smoke it out of Joe's ass, okay? Because Tammy's relative is very high up in parole. So, guess what? I pulled the magic rabbit out of my hat, you silly little fucking twat waffle. Okay? And let me guess. Let me guess.
I would have already
Go run to Mama Cunt.
Who you've talked mad shit on, and we got proof for days.
Yeah. And the blue twat waffle, act right or act drunk. Okay.
Act dyke.
So maybe you three bitches can get together and go to the nearest cemetery.
Listen here, you fucking big bully of women. You carpet muncher, fucking little ball, no dick motherfucker. You're attacking my subs. Act Right's a very nice lady. Haley has the text messages. She will send them to me or come show them. She's been dealing with this for days. He's been harassing her and saying nasty shit all over the fucking internet about her. She's a female. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Take the fucking Steeler hat off your fucking head. You're not worthy of my football team. Take your ass off YouTube because you're not going to be fucking YouTube famous because of Summer and Andrew. I'm here to make sure of that. And if you have a problem, Munch fucking dick licker, you're welcome to grab a fucking link on my stream. Anytime. I don't think any woman up here should put up with this. We're not here to be harassed by a fucking little blue ball dick motherfucker like you. He's threatening her that he's going to call his girlfriend's friends, family members, to harass Haley in the law area. Listen to this shit. I don't know who the fuck this man is or where he came from or why he thinks he can come out here and act like this. But we've been here a long time, Munch, Boober, whatever the fuck your name is. You're going to learn real fucking soon this ain't the place for this. We're here for missing children. Yeah, there's trauma and stuff, but we're not here to attack each other's fucking genders and shit. You're a pig. Sinister's not the only female on here you've done this with. You're a bitch if you ask me. Go after one of these men out here. Because I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, but I promise you, like many, you've met your motherfucking match, motherfucker. Quit talking about women like this, you piece of shit.
And get all new fucking teeth. Because I know why Mama Bear and Act Right lost theirs. Sucking too much of the BBC, which means big bull cock. Okay, big
Bullshit. You know damn well that was meant to be racist. You know damn well, you motherfucker. And you're going to change it, big bold cock. Dude, you got a little fucking peanut wiener like this. Haley going to send me your dick pictures. I can't wait to put a face on them and put them out there so that they're not as risque. I'm known for doing that. I don't mind being porn bombed. I've seen a million penises online and on TV and in life, and I've changed diapers. Like, we all know what a penis looks like. I'm sure yours is as big as my tiny little pinky. People are done with your shit already, and you just got here. You little perverted bastard, you.
Bull. B-U-L-L. Okay? Okay? So let's keep on playing the game. Make sure you provide every message, because
Don't get off the table.
you provide yours, I'm going to provide mine. And I bet you the law enforcement will like my messages a lot better than yours.
Put him out. Sinister has no problem putting him out. We're going to put him out. She's just tired of your shit. She has control. Sinister, put him out. We talked yesterday. Put them out. Show them what he is. I already told the people about your addiction, how you're in recovery at. He's on here playing fucking Romeo with addicts. Fucking with people's sobriety. Right? Keep sucking on all the penis you can, bitch. See, I'm here to support those that want to get clean. Not help hurt them while you have a girl sitting next to you and you're sending your dick pictures with her fucking permission to women. You're a sick little man.
Okay? So let's play. Game on. Ball's in your corner. Can you score a 3-pointer? 2-pointer? Or are you
All right, you two.
Or are you a bitch and you're going to throw a foul? I think you're a bitch and you're going to throw a foul.
They're fighting over that fucking.
Because you've made multiple comments about how you're going to post everything and you don't post shit. So, game's on. Let's play. I'm all for it. I'm going to put you in checkmate, bitch. Bye.
I don't even, like, he got a whole channel. He started posting not that long ago, 2 months ago. I wouldn't advise giving him views, but to see what kind of man this is, I don't even feel like fucking going over no more of his shit. He's a fucking bully. Here's a link to his fucking channel, and I advise you get the fuck off the YouTube. That's my advice to you. You're going to have a whole world of women out here on the YouTube that's going to bash the life out of you. I hope you know that, because you have done embarrassed yourself. Sinister, act right, Mama Bear. They have a strong group of women that care about the way you speak about women. And I'm here to tell you this shit ain't going to fucking fly. They have support. All right, moving on. There's a few things, a few reasons I want to share this. Hey, Beverly. I think so, Sinister. I don't like the way he's talking. I just don't. It's the most bullying of women. Like, we don't even hear. I've heard Benny get pretty bad. I ain't never heard nothing like him. Never. Like, I have no interest in even watching his channel or hearing his information because he's such a fucking twatwad. Yeah. Listen, honey, you keep fighting. Don't ever do what you did with him again. Okay? You have a whole support system here that want to see you recover and get your shit together. And we know you try hard because you tell us in every live. He's vicious. All right, moving along. I just shared a video of Jody Sue. I shared it for a couple reasons. One, I want you to hear about Andy. And I'm going to share some more videos with you in a few minutes here. I have another live, I put something together in Canva. We're going to listen to 3 videos. One of them is an hour long. It's Dawn's sister, Sonia. There's more to go with this, with Jody Sue. Videos of her eviction day. And I do not, as a woman who supports women, please, I'm begging you, do not leave my live today attacking Jody Sue over her domestic violence, because I heard it's real. Through the courts, through the advocate that was calling to speak to her daughter when I was on the phone with Jody. This is not an attack on Jody. It's to show Andy's character, his parents' character. And my question would be, why do you evict your own grandchildren if you love them? What kind of human can you be? I would have evicted Andy. He was the abusive one. The clip I was looking for was about the pew-pews. However, I didn't find that yet. I didn't have enough time. I wanted to come live. So that's for the next live. I still got it written down. And in my next live, we're also going to go over sharing lips, because I got some shit to say about that. I don't get why he's not had this comeuppance. I don't think he'd be talking like that in real life. I agree. And you're welcome, A1. We're not here to ever down anybody who says they've been domestically abused. I believe Jody Sue's domestic violence to be true, because I heard a court-appointed official speaking to her on the phone myself. And she's confirmed that with you guys on many lives here on my channel. It was an accident that I heard it, but I heard it. That's when my feelings for Jody Sue changed, even though she's a bitch cunt face too. I don't think she knows how to take friendship in. People that do care. I do care, Jody Sue. I don't look at you as a suspect. However, I think you know things. We've been over this. I do think you're a witness and you hold things under the belt for reasons. I'm going to skip from this, and then I'm going to go to my Canva, and I'm going to play her next set of videos, and then I'll go back and we'll play Lawson and then share. Man, that got all messed up.
That in court, Voldemort, one of the only pushbacks against Voldemort was because he tried to say that, oh, well, she's driving by 3 or 4 times a day. Bullshit, y'all. It was absolute bullshit. And let me tell you why. And why it was a lie. And even Voldemort knew it. But it was to further gaslight, to abuse. And he was absolutely using the system to do it. Let me tell you why it's a lie. Several weeks before this shit started going down, the birth givers all of a sudden bought cameras, right? And Voldemort was all concerned about getting them up. Kept telling me this, so one of the birth parents, come watch the cat outside. Y'all, it was for this bullshit. Like, everybody's so scared of me. It was part of the setup, right? It's always that shit, y'all. Always. And I've never been the one to harm them, but they have absolutely harmed me and abused me and these children. And it's always a flip script, these fucking narcopaths, dude, in this fucking pretend game of. Anyway, so there are cameras there. Okay? Now, I ain't afraid of those cameras. Wasn't afraid to go down that fucking road, but I didn't want to see it. Had no need to see it or drive by. Because I didn't give a fuck. Right? And I avoided it. So I took that away. You know, like, I went out of my fucking way. Only once, by the time I went to court, had I driven by there. And I knew the exact date. I knew why. I made that clear in court. And I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. I was like, I mean, y'all, this motherfucker knows there are, I can count at least like 5 or 6 of the same car, same color, which some of them are different in years. They go between the Bragg curve and Ben Hill. They come in and out there every day. However, and Voldemort knows that too, right? So he knows what he's saying. And here's why he knew what he was saying was a lie, and why it was part of the fucking setup and the bullshit to try to make himself look like a victim. Because, as all of you here know locally, Voldemort totaled that fucking car. Won't do shit with the insurance, no matter what was done. Like, it's distinctive on the driver's side. You can't miss it. and the front bumper where he'd already wrecked it before, right? You cannot mistake my car for any of the other 6, at least between the Bragg curve and Ben Hill before Lone Star, where those fucking, you can't. Voldemort knew what he was saying was a lie. They knew I had not been driving by that house. Still have not been. Not with friends. I've not had people driving the fuck by. I've not driven by. I think I've been by twice. Once on the 10th and once not long after. And it was, I think, the night after I'd been, the ambulance and all that stuff had happened. Because I felt like I was having an episode again. And I just went straight up because it's the quickest way to the parkway and to help if I needed it. And I hauled ass, kept my head straight, wanted nothing to do with anything, right? Anyway, so, but here we are, right? Anyway, so at first it seemed, and look, here's what happened. It was the only pushback really in court. And the only point at which anybody was like, not joking or like, it was the only point. But I tell Voldemort, like, I'm like, Your Honor, I was like, that's not true. The only time I've driven by is on the 10th. I was late for an appointment. There's tree cutters on the right side. Voldemort was all like, you know, she drives by 3 or 4 times a day, and why could she drive by? And they were like, look here, buddy. There's 2 kind of separate rules. She can drive where the fuck she wants. You cannot. Stay away from wherever the fuck she is. Do not be driving by. At all. Voldemort was pissed. And he's like, well, why can't I drive by where she's at? Why can't I? Why can't I? Why you need to? Right? And at the time, I was still in Ben Hill. That's a dead end. Why the fuck does he need to? He doesn't. Right? But he knew where I was going, which is part of the box problem fucking now. And, I mean, so anyway, he was pissed. Then I get out here and it seems like we're going to get some help with shit because stuff's happening. But then I think the car game interfered with that. And then one of the last times we even bothered to call because Sissy was terrified. I was like, fuck this. Not, you know, everybody here was pissed. And I basically get told that Coleslaw is just skirting rules because she ain't on the fucking order. Which, whatever, I wasn't dumb. I knew this anyway. And then, so I knew it was way of skirting it. In the daytime, it could just be coleslaw. And then at night, it would be something just cut toes in the car, right? So then there it is, and they can jet, clean up, whatever. But then what you have is, then it keeps getting let go. Keeps getting let go. And then I get told, well, it's a public road. But it says on the fucking like order that don't be driving by. Start like what the fuck, like, right? Not just at the other one, but anywhere I'm living. Putting the petitioner in fear, or the children. Even the judge, like, even they pushed back on that one thing and said, do not be driving by anywhere she is. Even there. But then I hear, I'm literally told the last time I even bothered that basically not basically hell, they said what's going to have to happen is he's going to have to put hands on you again. And I just looked at people and I was like, so I have to die. Like, we have to go fucking around and one of us has to end up dead. Okay. great. This has to keep happening until, like I'm telling you now, it's going to. If. So anyway, and now it's getting the past couple days to where it's not just the quiet ones, right? It's not just the look and make sure she's in the box. It's not just, look at this, I've won a game here. Like, I'm not even playing, like I've said from the get-go. I have nothing to compete with. Like, I'm good. Like, my family raised me better, and I've never once in my whole last life competed with another female, and I ain't going to start now. Like, I got more self-worth than that, and that's something he was never able to take from me. I'll be damned if, and I don't compete with shit like that. I'm sorry, and I know it sounds uppity and, like, not like an abused whatever, but I don't compete with things that, I mean, I'm just going to tell my time right there. But I don't play a game. There's no competition. Like, go on. And to help with that, like, how petty.
I'm not saying Jody's not a suspect question. What I'm saying is she could possibly be a witness to suspects that lived with her, like an Andy Bernard or his parents or a Fred Hill, or I do believe Jody knows more, and I believe the police know what she knows or she would have been arrested. They know she's on here, and if you watch all Jody Ward's things, she puts them in riddles, and she'll come on here and say, well, there's things I can't tell the internet. Notice that she disappeared since the search. She only came on very few panels. So when she came back, she had a 7-hour live called The Return. And the first thing she said in that live was, I've been absent for obvious reasons. She was absent before we knew about the search, which means she knew about it. That's just my opinion. I really do believe Jody holds a lot under the vest for reasons. And that's based off of even personal private conversations that I've had with her. Many of them.
How weird to me. Regardless. I mean, it was quiet at first, right? But it was to make sure I was in the box. I was doing what I was supposed to do. And I mean, the past few days, right? It wasn't just a competition, the game thing I wasn't playing. It's also about the box and making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. And then also,
you notice that Jody hasn't grifted since year one? Since like early 2022. Jody hasn't asked for nobody's money, and she doesn't even have her monetization off on her views. Her cash apps aren't shown no more. A lot of people have said she's grifted, but no, I think Jody came out with an idea to make money, and it became a bad idea. I think she took things too far. She was fucked with. Chase and them were coming to get her, shuffling her. Everybody wanted information off of her because she's the neighbor that knows Summer Wills. So they used her as a cash cow. Right? Even Chris McDonough was harassing her, following her to doctor's appointments. She has to have felt stalked either way, right? And then to be so up close and personal, know all the players, including the people in the drug rings, because she was part of them at one point. She's not online right now like us. Yeah. Zachariah, superstar. I might. Yeah. Now, I understand what you're saying, and I get it why people want to attack me and say that I'm simping for Jody. I'm not. I've just taken the time to speak to Jody many, many times and to sit back and listen to every word she has said to exhaustion. I studied Jody at the beginning of Summer's case. I don't know why. I have like a fascination with her. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's because she was so close to Summer in Summer's case. And she has said some awful things about Summer, but I think Jody has changed. And I think that Jody doesn't really hate kids. I think it was hard to live on Ben Hill in that area where there is so much trafficking going around. Court, or like it's on court record that Ben Hill is a bad trafficking area. You know, I don't trust her either. I don't trust everything Jody says because she does hold secrets. However, I believe her. I believe her about her domestic violence. And I'm not a creator that's going to come out here and say what she's saying is fake. No woman should be overlooked when they're saying they went through a situation where they were in a... Oh, thank you. Oh, you found it. That ain't my good one now.
Well, I don't know.
Where they're in a domestic violence situation. I don't think any woman should ever not be heard. I think that those that make shit up are crazy, and it's fucked up for those that have been put in a situation. But I do believe Jody had a very hard relationship with Andy and his parents. I think they made her life hell. She tells a story one time about how the dad took the kid, put him in the back of the car, was flying him around everywhere. You can hear the stories, and I plan on bringing them out. Jody hasn't really been attacking me for bringing them out. I think she wants people to hear what kind of horrible ass fucking people Andy's parents were. And I believe her. And I'm curious, why was Andy's dad there when they don't really come around? Why did they suddenly, like at the beginning of this video, suddenly want cameras put up right before Summer goes missing to watch a cat on a property they don't frequent often?
And the other shit that's going on behind the scenes, and the people helping them further abuse me. That's the fucked up part. Like, they're doing both things right now. Pretend to be the victim, having people help them like they are the victim. And I don't know that those people know or paying attention. They're paying more attention to me, probably these videos, than they are what the fuck that actually is. And what it's up to, even behind, like, I don't know. It's all fucking crazy. It makes you feel crazy. Regardless. But this right here. And now in the past couple days, it's been louder around small town here. Like everything in court the other day and everything. I mean, it's to pick, and to keep being cruel. Because, see, the thing about that is rage is what feeds it the best. And I'm the best rage. So, but while they can do the love thing and the shiny penny thing, plus have that, plus do the bad guy, I mean, it is a fucking feeding frenzy. So that's what it's going to be right now. But either way, it's always like exactly what happens at home. I heard you did something wrong, so therefore I'm going to hold it against you and punish you because I also get off on that. And then it's the weirdest fucking shit you've ever seen. And I've seen that same admittance come out of their mouth. So, and that's exactly what it is. So it's a cruelty. It's to make it as hard as possible on myself and them. They don't actually want me to get away. They don't want this. They want to, in their minds, go, oh, look, they can't make it that way. They can't do this bullshit, y'all. Y'all see me every time, including when he was showing up my name's all locked up and shit. Make it. I'm done with this shit, and I can. So, for all the, I told her I was done. Bitch, no. And I want it to be done. But the system and everybody else is going to be like, oh, jaded bitch, and angry baby mama, and she's up. No, the fuck I ain't. People just keep overestimating how the fuck I feel and projecting shit on me that I don't feel. Now, like, if this had been me like 2-3 years ago and that trombone is still in full fucking effect, dude, it would have been crazy. Like when I figured out AZ, when I just happened to fucking stop that day.
One of the reasons I'm showing this is because we were watching Donna Serafina earlier. And Donna had made the comment, well, they all just scattered and separated after Summer got missing. And I agree with that. I agree with what Donna said, but this will clear up some of the confusion as to why and what was going on. Any woman that's been through a domestic violence situation feels that. I feel it too. And I also felt it when I went down to get a PFA on my husband and I walked in with a missing tooth and a black eye, even though he didn't do it, it was a cause of it. And the judge denied to even talk to me. So it could get fucked up in courts. And I think the courts need to be called out for not helping women in a domestic violence situation. Hey, Sinister, maybe you should get a PFA against Munch because he's a fucking real douchebag. I'm about to fucking show the world how much of a douchebag he is.
Get the place and figure it out. Because the body
We're here to
movement
support
stuff
victims.
coleslaw.
We're here to support victims. There's a missing child at the end of all of us being here. Why would you help a domestic violence situation or be a domestic violence human yourself? On YouTube, proudly. While you sit there and call women twat waffles and cunts and... Listen here, you motherfucker. Come say that shit to my face.
I would have caught myself fucking, like, we know me. But I didn't even fucking care. I left that day, like, and it was out at, like, I didn't even care. And I went on talking about the car or this and I mean, I had it on fucking video. Is somebody gonna listen to that? Nope, apparently not. I was calm as fuck, wasn't starting no damn trouble. Stopped because I was going to get fucking lost, have the receipts for timestamps for all this shit. Nobody's gonna look at it. Nobody did. The truck has proof that I found this shit by accident. The reason why, all the things transpired by did, but they damn sure ain't helping me look any better, I'll tell you that. But I have proof showing that these things were just a series of events. I don't know if our gets in court and tells them that I've been driving by a fucking house to say, y'all, they have cameras. I just make it clear. I've been by the house once when I was late for an appointment, and I'm perfectly allowed to go by there to make it clear. But I've not been. Like, even before I just didn't want to go by there. So, because I know how the fuck they are. And the setup game with them is always strong. But I just don't want to see it, don't want to look at it, don't want shit to do with it. And there's only been once that I've been by there, and it was several weeks ago now. And I flew past that motherfucker. The only reason I had to, because there was a tree crew out on fucking reservoir. And I was late for a fucking appointment. However, in quarters, you're driving by 3 or 4 times. Bullshit. Y'all, if I've been doing that, they done had my ass arrested. I promise you this, and it would be on them fucking video cameras. Like, who the fuck are you lying to? But everybody's eating the fucking bullshit up. So whatever. What the fuck ever. Anyway, the narcopath game is strong. Systems being used against us. Even denied temporary child support. Yeah.
At this time, he was stealing her stimulus money, spending it on coleslaw, and the judge ordered that he didn't have to pay child support because the judge didn't have a calculator in the room. So he's allowed to drive past Jody Sue's house and stalk her. He doesn't have to pay child support for his children, for his daughter, who today still is underage. And he can get on YouTube and collect money in front of her and her child. Tell me that isn't a form of abuse. That's disgusting. Andy Bernard, I hate you. I agree. His family abused Jody Sue Brown and controlled Andy B. She has told how sick in the head they are. I imagine things. Remember to tell. Oh, thank you. Yes, hit the like button. She has told many stories, and I'm going to bring them out unless they get too much for her and she comes over and says stop. The next one might be really hard to watch. She talks about her time in jail. She's crying. It's the day she got evicted. My question is, why do you evict your own grandbabies and not the man that's causing the violence? Why don't you protect the ones that are underage? You could take Andy in.
There's no calculator there. And because poor Boo Boo has a temporary job. Bullshit, y'all. That's such a fucking lie. And it was that he got fired. No, he didn't. He fucking quit. He didn't want to quit. Tried to explain it. I have proof of that too. Nobody's seeing it. Nobody's hearing it. And I know what he's making the other place. He ain't fucking temporary. Y'all, such horse shit. But here he is out here spending the fucking kid's shit for next year. He's not even legally allowed to claim or have on coleslaw. I'm like, man, I don't know how much sorrier you can fucking get, honestly. But fuck me. And then I got an impossible task of finding fucking uniforms that supposedly are at the house. So Voldemort can get last pay. There's more uniforms than I've ever heard. Secondly, the uniforms have been staying for a year now. I'm like, right? Have been staying at the shop and being clean. Like every day he goes out in the work clothes, and the ones he came in and out before he goes out in the clothes he's wearing. The clothes ain't been coming back, and the uniform has been being changed at work. These uniforms are not at the fucking house. But if I don't get them in, and I don't find all these magical fucking uniforms that are more than he's ever been issued, then I assume that it will fucking violate my end of the door. Like, it's a fucking setup, guys. And then telling people that he left just clothes on, but goddamn fuck he did, y'all. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm supposed to go buy a whole new fucking wardrobe for he who shall not be named. That way everybody can't say, oh, well, hell, he took all his shit, plus my clothes, plus some fucking shoes that were mine, and has been for a while. That's why clothes are being worn out twice an hour. It's while shit's missing. But
Why Jody went crazy about the shirt. He was taking her clothes. He was wearing them. This was way before she came to YouTube, at least a year and a half prior to Andy coming to YouTube. And what does he do when he comes out on YouTube? He must have been paying attention to Jody Sue's live streams on Facebook somehow, because he comes out wearing her clothes. That's some fucked up shit.
It's a fucking setup. Everything's just a goddamn setup. System's being used, and it is what it is. And this shit I'm hearing lets me know that, yeah, it goes even further than that. And like I said, I'm just waiting. Like, I'll do it when it comes. Hold on. But, that whole... So things just don't vanish with me into oblivion. Sometime soon, I'd say. Well, this is all part of it. These things that wouldn't mean anything to anybody else. These things that if somebody else had to touch, they wouldn't have known or seen, or they wouldn't have a clue. The thing is, had I been able not to have to go on this wild Easter egg hunt, I could have just not had to touch, not had to see, not had to feel right now, and I could have done it in my own time. But like I said, they knew what they were doing. This is what I mean. These things. This. It's my littlest ones. This little skirt. This tiny, wee tiny skirt. These tiny tops. you know, these things make me, how I can still see her, right? So you have the mom thing there. And they're the keepsakes and they're the pieces. And gosh, they make me happy. I could see her so many times in the whole days. So many happy memories. But to me, they also hold other things. Like this one, this little pink. This little pink one. He was gone. At that time, too, when she was in this little pink. And it was the year plus he was locked up, you know, and well, we were struggling. She was wearing this, and there was periods there over a month I didn't eat, so they could eat, so they could have this little pink dress, and so he could have on his books, and didn't eat for a month, so I could make sure they could eat, so he could have even while he was locked up. And she had a series of pictures taken in this little dress era. We were so happy that year. I still have. But that year, it was letters, right? Random, rare few. Because it's always, I can't write, I can't read. Even though it was a lie. It's part of the thing. Even though I spent every day, all day, and I mean that sincerely, I didn't have much else to do since, you know, 7, 8 page letters, front back, college rules. But I get letters from there, you know. It's, please don't leave me, please don't cheat on me. And phone calls every day so I keep money on his accounts, right? Shit. Or he would yell, you know, and it's meltdowns. And mom and dad won't do for me, and they didn't. Trust me, they didn't. They would come back here for a fucking pedophile, their court, and whatever else. They didn't give a fuck about their son. Otherwise, or grandkids. Let me tell you, my neighbors, they can attest to this. I ended up having to get rid of my Jeep that I loved so much. At that point, so I had no car. And, you know, I have to go get groceries and shit, right? And this is the other house. And, even during all that time, you know, his parents came with a truck bed full of groceries. You know, and 2 little ones would stop at the very bottom instead of continuing to take me on up to the house with the kids. Even in the snow that year, and I would have to go back and forth, mark everything, including the propane we used to get warm, just to be fucking assholes to me. Cause that's just a clean fucking hard. But they didn't do shit for their kid while it was in there. Not phone money, not anything else. I did that. And then I get letters going, marry me this, marry me that, you know. And then for a couple years after that, everything was good, right? Probably one of the only good periods where somebody learned coping skills and keep the fucking hands to herself and out act. Everything was fucking bliss, right? And then they finally started working. You know, but so it's not just a little pink dress. And this is the same. this little, it went with the Monster High stuff. She was trying to dress on Monster High. But same thing, I got pictures of the hay bale and the little mohawks, and there's such beautiful photos and things I took. The entire time I'm going hungry, and I'm struggling, but I was making it, and I was okay. And, you know, this time she was wearing this and that. She had never, since an infant, because there was shit going on when she was so little, she couldn't possibly remember. At the time she was wearing these. She hadn't met the monster yet. So he hung the moon and the fucking the stars in that little girl's eyes. And after he got out, you know, like I said, for years, he was okay. Everything was okay. It was perfect. And then when she finally met the monster, it wasn't okay and perfect anymore. And it wasn't okay and perfect for us ever again. Not just a skirt. This little top. I got for it, and then I got violated, right? Because the last fucking charges that asshole I took for him. And then 10 years worth of bullshit followed. That I had to deal with, not him. Stress from all that, dude. This little top, I remember her coming to visit me. Oh, leaving those kids for the baby time I was in, right? It's the hardest goddamn thing I've ever done in my life. But I remember coming to visit me. It's so many happy days though too in this, you know, not just the top. The thing is, it's not just the top. I also remember when she was looking at me through the glass. This is the thing, grandparents knew, his parents knew. Didn't want her hair touched. I'm her mother, right? I'm her fucking mother. And I told them specifically because they had tried before that to keep piercing their fucking ears with this shit they had at home. And I was like, no. And then they show up because I had to leave with them because I had nobody else while I was gone. Goddamn, I was terrified every day. What was happening to them, and I knew how cruel those people were. I had nobody else. Today she was looking at me through the glass and stuff. Here they come. And guess whose ears are pierced all crooked as fuck? And then the red. And her hair's got and the smirk, you know. Because couldn't do shit, couldn't say shit right. So not just the top, not just the top. And this little one. You know, all those good memories. You know, can't really associate any bad ones with this one. It's just my little ones. Everything there with hers is good and mixed. And I just can't have the mom memories with these things that normal people have. I've got those and but that's what it's like touching every fucking item while I'm on this damn Easter egg hunt. Oh, and this one I bought her. This one I bought her.
That was hard to watch. Hey, act right. You hear me sticking up for you earlier with that prick dirtball, small ball, dick motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is coming on here and attacking every woman in Summer's case. Dude done met the wrong motherfucking one. He's lucky he ain't attacked me yet. Oh, I got a message. Before I read this, I'm moving on now. What I'm going to do now is just come down and listen. Yeah. Agree. Reminds me of my brother-in-law, Ratch. That's how my brother-in-law did my sister. My sister's an addict. And yeah, there's something wrong with men that make their women dance. I agree. So what I'm going to do now before I read these messages, I don't know who this is. Hold on. Oh, it's Haley. Haley, I'll read your stuff after, okay, honey? Hey, Carla, hard to believe we have all been dragged in the line. It's sickening. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on now. What I want to move on to now was something we talked about earlier today in my earlier live, if you haven't seen it. And that was Dawn's sister, Sonia. I don't think she's talked about enough. We watched something from Evil Exists. If you go look at my earlier live, I shared the link in the chat. But share... Dawn's sister Sonia has spoken out one single time. Oh, no, wait. Before we move on to Sonia, I want to go to Ronnie Lawson. We were listening about the searches. Fred was saying how people were kicking doors in with him while they were searching for Summer. I want you to hear what Ronnie says in this interview. This was a pretty long one about the property and warrants. I believe it's this interview he talked a lot about it. Hey, when I'm truly icing the fucker out. No kidding. I think their fight was fake. To be completely honest with you, I think it's a lot of fucking games. And I think Andrew and Lips both need their heads knocked the fuck off. Not a threat, just saying in general. Hey, shut that door, guys. I'm live.
We're
Shut my door.
in our second search for Summer Wells. We planned this search back really before we left the last time. And we want to wait till this time of year when after the frost and the leaves are off the trees, we can see better and do a more detailed search, hopefully to find some kind of evidence that would help us find Summer.
And then just basically who all is here, how many folks are here, and what exactly, when you say evidence, what exactly are we looking for today?
We're looking for anything that would be evidence that Summer's been in that area. We also have over 120 officers or people here searching. We also have at least 12 to 13 agencies involved. And it's a very slow search where the officers and individuals searching can take their time and look at every little thing, not have to worry about all the foliage and the briars and things like that. So it makes it a lot better for the searchers. And as you see, the good Lord has blessed us with a beautiful day, so that makes it better too.
Sheriff, tell us kind of how the search is. I mean, how do you actually search? You stand side by side and just look for anything, or?
The officers are standing almost shoulder to shoulder and covering just almost every inch of the area that they're searching. And hopefully it's going to be a mile radius, maybe even more. We don't know yet. Just depends on how far that they're able to go during this time.
Are you looking at, I guess, in fields, cliffsides, pretty much everything, correct?
We're looking everywhere. And we've looked over these places numerous times, despite what you hear on social media. We've looked over everything. We've searched everywhere. We come back and do it again. Like I said before, we planned this at the end of the last search. Wait till after the season changes and come back and hopefully we can find some kind of sign.
What kind of technology is being used today, and is there dogs being used, and what is aiding in the search?
We're using, of course, a lot of officers, and we're using the drones, we're using aircraft, and we are using dogs.
And then I don't know if you were wanting to say something, but if you could just speak to tips, if someone has a tip or whatever. I think also, I know you already mentioned social media, but if you could again just reiterate that, don't spread any misinformation and basically what we've been saying since the beginning.
We still, want people to check their areas themselves. We've got permission from the landowners this time to be on their property. They know we're there. We know it's deer season, so we're still trying to be very careful with that. But if people's got trail cameras or anything, we still want them to keep looking at these things. And any tip that's reliable, it's not come from social media, call my office or 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Are you guys searching on the Wells property today, or no?
We're searching everywhere today in the whole immediate area.
Sheriff, is there something else you may do later on down the road? And if this doesn't come out anything today, maybe?
As in,
I mean, search it again. Well, I mean, another search ground search.
it's not off the table. We're still we're working at it every day. We're following leads, whether it's my office or the TBI. Something comes in, we check it out. And like I said, despite what you see on social media, we've looked everywhere. We've done everything we know to do, humanly possible. And as you see, we're all in. All agencies are working as a great team, great partnership, and we hope to find some. That's our number one goal.
What was the area of the ground search last time? Was it, do you know, square mileage wise?
I think it was almost 4 miles, I believe.
And you're searching a mile today. It sounds like a more concentrated
It
area?
just, not just saying just a mile. They're starting out and going as far as they can and along as daylight will allow.
Do you are you repeating the same search from the summer? So are you
Absolutely, same area,
the whole
the
area?
whole area.
Okay. And no new ground?
Excuse me.
Is it new ground as well, or no?
No, same area.
With the focus on those areas that were overgrown earlier in the year.
Right.
Okay.
And you can see, it's obvious when officers are going shoulder to shoulder up the mountainsides and stuff. And that would have been hard before some of this foliage and stuff had died out. And it's a very intense search again.
And then I'm sure, everyone and their grandma is going to ask us, is there any federal involvement in the search today?
The FBI is still a partnership with us. Anything, that goes outside this region, it tips or anything, they're following up on it. But we're all working together as a team, and we stay in constant contact with each other.
I'm good.
Good.
That's good.
Sheriff, thank you.
As you see, Fred, there was nobody saying they were kicking doors in. They were getting cooperation from the property owners, which is why I showed that. They didn't have to get search warrants, is what he said. You're such a prick. Why do you get on here and tell bullshit lies? That causes confusion, Fred. All right, so now we're just going to sit back. This is 45 minutes and listen to Dawn's sister, Sonia. I feel like Sonia should come out and speak more for Summer, don't you? Considering she's the birth sister of Dawn. He also has a sister named Jeannie. He has lots of stepbrothers, stepsisters. I would like to hear from them specifically about Summer, not about old SA and all the other stuff. But let's listen to what Sonia has to say.
Okay, so I'll just start by saying, due to our phone call before recording, there's certain things that we have a gag order on, and certain things you're not comfortable talking about, and I think that's okay. So we're going to, tonight, I have a couple questions, but then you're going to just speak about whatever is really on your mind and what you want to speak about. Okay, we'll start with the questions, just in case Sonia calls in. The neighbor, you said when you got home that night, and only answer this if you can, you said you saw your 3 boys down and your neighbor as well, and you knew she was gone because she wasn't down there, she wasn't up at the house. And people are wondering, how well do you know that neighbor? You don't have to name the neighbor, but how well that neighbor that you saw that night, how well do you know him? And do you know why he was out there around your boys?
Yeah, a lot of our neighbors heard, us screaming Summer's name, and so I think I don't know, I don't know for sure because I wasn't there, but I've known him for years, and he's always been really good to us, real friendly and everything. But since all this stuff's happened, I don't know, things have changed a lot for us since this has happened. But I'm trying to understand your question exactly. So yeah,
How well did you know that name?
Yeah, I've known him on and off for years. We've met each other a few times, quite a few times. But I mean, we're not like friends or anything either, but we're good neighbors. One of the best neighbors I got. I mean, he'd do anything. He went and helped search for Summer. He'd do anything for us. He's a good guy.
Well, I think that clears that one up. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, and really quick, I just wanted to go over because we chatted on the phone before recording here, but you said you're just being bombarded. You and your wife are being bombarded by people who really just don't want you talking to me and really just like bad mouthing me and stuff, as if you guys don't have enough on your plate. They have to bring all that to you as well. And you also wanted to touch on some things you've seen where there's some people even pretending to be you and Candace, and it's crazy, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there playing both sides of the field, and they're attacking my stepsister and Trish and all of them. They're pretending to be us and attacking them, and then they pretend to be them and attack us. And we're just now starting to figure this out because we really haven't been talking. And I just reached out to my sister Mary, and of course she told me that that Jeannie just really wanted all this to stop, and then we made the apology video. I apologized to her. It's not, people make it way more than it has been, and how the rumor got started with Trish, I'm not sure. The original allegations were horrific. Them won't be my nieces that are like, I mean, way younger than me, but they, and I don't want to really mention their names, but I already did, but they deny that they even said some of these things, or that they flat out deny that and they don't want no part of it because people have, pretended to do this and that and be people that they're not, and they've really started a pretty horrific thing. And but all them allegations that have to do with my first set of kids and all that are completely false. Everything that they've said about Trish and Mary's daughter is completely false. And and Mary's daughter, even, she denied that she said anything like that, and they're hurt. They so I don't know, but it's pretty bad, and it started a really bad situation. And they're still attacking. They still contact me and act like they're my friend and my wife and act like they're her friend, and then they go to McDonough's show or whatever and post up and post their lives and everything or whatever, spread all their lives and attack any way that they can for whatever reason that we don't know why people would be like this, but they are. And it's pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's what goes
disgusting.
on. Yeah, it goes on social media, Don. And like I showed you earlier, what they're doing and how they're trying to attack me, and they just don't want us talking, even though most of the people that are probably telling you that are people that are going around and talking crap about you also. So it's just like this weird thing. We've got people that called Child Protective Services. Our friend Ben has had 33 Child Protective Services reported against him and his wife, and his trying to get his kids taken away, because that's how people on YouTube work. They go for your real life and they'll call the cops on you. They'll call your employers. They do background searches on all of us, and they'll try and get you fired from your jobs and everything. So when you told me all this stuff that people were spreading around, all of this stuff, trying to get you guys to stop talking to me, it's not a surprise. It's not new. But that's one thing people bring up is that, well, you used to think that they were guilty of doing something, and do the Wells know that? But you do know that, and I mean, I've texted you privately some things also. So I mean, you did know that I wasn't always on the page I'm on now, right?
Yeah, a little bit about that stuff, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you told me, you weren't. At first, you thought I was guilty of all this stuff because of, I don't know why, but yes, I understand. Sorry.
People who have credentials and had a career in this and letting that manipulate.
Yeah, getting that. Plus,
our mind.
Just going by like the statistics.
Yeah.
But yeah, we realized that once we got some information that
we were wrong.
Yeah, it's just not true. You have an alibi and everything, and Candace's story and Allie and H, that all lines up. So it doesn't look like anybody that we know of was involved. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I know evil forces, they use lies. They bring up the past because that's the first thing, evil forces will throw in your face is your past and say that you cannot change or you will always be this way. Bring up all your mistakes, say this, and tell you, you can't change, and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a crazy world. But anyways, yeah.
So, tonight, let's just go over, because you've been doing nothing but answering questions. So I told you, let's throw questions out the window this evening and just really go over what you want to go over, what you want to chat about.
Well, I just, I've got a lot of problems. It's bad enough. Our daughter is gone. At this point, we don't know where she's at or what she's going through. But it's bad enough. Me and my wife are deeply hurt, and all this stuff going on with the psychics all over YouTube, Facebook, and coming out on our property and getting in fights at 2 a.m, having a little alcohol, and Mr. McDonough and all the problems that he's created, and pretty much going with all these false stories and allegations on Facebook and just running with it to make his name or whatever. He's really attacked me and made me look pretty bad, and all his people and followers that actually believe all this stuff, they're vicious. Like I say, they've created all these fake accounts. They even created a fake account of me and called TBI and said something to the fact that her body was out there on the lake, and they spent, a good part of Saturday out there looking for her body. They couldn't get a hold of me because I was in church. So when I got out of church, they finally got a hold of me, and I'd had to explain that it wasn't me. You know, that's the kind of things that these underhanded people are doing. They're attacking my family in Utah, then they attack us here and pit us against each other and attack everybody. Just, I wish, you know, there should be consequences for that. They really need to stop doing that because they're destroying our lives. You know, they're making me, I get it. When I was younger, I'd done some foolish things, and I apologized to her for that. I've talked to Mary, and we've worked it out. And, it's just with all these rumors, it just turned everything more worse and made them think things that weren't true. And I think anybody would fall into this trap. But, these things with my nieces and my first kids, they're scared. They're afraid to even say anything for fear of these people are going to attack them and their credibility, and they're going to lose their jobs and lose their kids and all these things. There's people attacking me at my place of employment. How much longer can my employers hang on, before they just, they're going to, pretty soon I'm wondering if I'm even going to have a job. They've been really good to me. My employers have always been really good. And they're all like family to me. And for people to destroy that and discredit, make me out to this monster that I'm really not, it's just, it really hurts, and people, everywhere I go, they don't come out and say it, but you can see the looks on their faces and stuff, and people believe all these lies. It's not right.
No, it's definitely not right, Don. And to anybody watching, you need to stop with this attacking the family thing. Even if you think they're guilty, this is not your damn place. Give your information to the police, let them handle it. Going after the family privately, that is wrong. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting. And we have Sonia just popped in.
Sonia popped in, yeah. So we've got your sister here. Sonia, welcome. We are recording right now. This is not live. We are recording this though, just so you know. Thank you for calling in. And Dawn's here too. I'm sure can you see?
I can't see her.
Yeah, she's just got an icon. And Sonia, if you can hear us, you have your microphone muted. Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Hey,
Hi, Sonia.
Thanks for calling in.
Mm-hmm.
So Sonia, you and I have spoken, and I know it's been kind of weighing on you. You've been kind of wanting to keep quiet, but the more and more that you see your brother being under attack and Candace being under attack, I know you've told me it's been quite hard for you to continue to bite your tongue.
Yeah, I kept hoping it would just go away. If everybody would stop saying shit, the fire wouldn't continue to grow. But
yeah,
unfortunately, that's not the way it's going to work. Yeah.
What would you like to get off of your chest, Sonia? Because you've heard everything, and we've talked about it. Yeah. What would you like to? Where to start, right?
There's so many things being said out there, and I'm probably the only one that's been in contact with Donnie. Mm-hmm. For the last 20 years or 30 years, the stepsisters haven't even talked to him. They don't even know him, and they're saying all this crap about him, and all the, it's like he was out here last summer for a few months. They may have seen him for 10 minutes, but other than that, it's been, 20 to 30 years since they've even seen him.
Yeah. And I know that we kind of discussed, but we were kind of wondering, why are they kind of coming about this now that Summer's missing? I know we've had lots of comments, even from survivors of things, why now? Or one person left a comment, why didn't they come out when Summer was born or something, then, you know, if it was how they're saying. And this goes back to what Don is saying.
Know that too.
Yeah, you've got these podcast people who are meddling and making it worse. And like Don said, making it worse so that these channels can get views and put on shows. And yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, and they're just saying all kinds of stuff that's not true. You know, apparently there's something that happened between him and Jeannie when they were kids. But it's not like this is a pattern. You know, he never abused his own kids, they told me.
Yeah.
And nobody else. It's just like, so, you know, there are just all these rumors out there that they're just not true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, when I asked his son about it, and he says, like, what? Where in the hell did that come from? I says, you haven't been watching all the stuff on there, and he hasn't, because he don't, you know, they've already attacked him. He don't want to be involved in it, and I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to him privately. He told me the same, that his dad, that Don barely spanked him as a kid, and that absolutely there was no inappropriate touching at all.
He's not a violent person. He never sexually did anything to him.
Yeah, I don't get that vibe from him at all.
Could I ask, are you Don's older sister, younger, close in age?
2 years younger.
And is it all right, and you don't have to answer this, but could I ask, did he ever be inappropriate with you?
Of course not. No, not in any way.
Obviously.
So yeah, I'm not seeing the pattern.
No, there is no pattern here. I think he made mistakes when he was younger. He was a kid. But it's not like there's a pattern of anything here. I know he would never touch his daughter. I know that.
Sonia, we got to mute you just for a second so we can let Don hear.
Yeah, we have audio problems, so we got to like mute you one at a time.
We got to mute guys in between, yeah.
All right, what do you have to say about all that, Don?
Yeah, Sonia, I hope she can hear me. Can she hear me?
Yep, she can hear you. She just can't reply.
Yeah, we was just talking about how people were making fake accounts and attacking our step family, and then they.
Okay, so I'll just start by saying, due to our phone call before recording, there's certain things that we have.
Talking about how people were making fake accounts and attacking our step family, and then they turn around and attack us and everybody else and in between, you know, and I didn't know if you would realize that, but so they're making it into a whole lot bigger monster than it really is. But
it pisses me off that this lady one and only time came out, spoke for her brother, but not for her niece. She wasn't out here going, please, to whoever has my niece, bring her home. We love her. We want to see her. We want to love her. It was more than less. Mary and Jeannie are bitches. Why don't you care about Summer, Sonia? I want to know why you ain't been out here since this interview. I want to know why you don't speak and come forward and why we don't see your face. Advocate for your niece, Sonia. Yeah, minimizes crap.
yeah, I just hope we can work it out and get along and hopefully turn this into looking for Summer somehow. But all this stuff, you know, with psychics and Chris McDonough has stopped the investigation. Ronnie Lawson, I think is his name. He's pretty upset about the whole thing. I'm sure the judge and everybody over the case is pretty upset about the whole thing. I just hope people will come out and help us to stop all this. And you know, it's just trying to, you know, keep it all going and attacking my wife. They're trying to turn my wife against me and against this show here, and they've done nothing but try to help us, you know. And I wish they would to stop or help, or the people that aren't involved in doing these sorts of things, please help us, to just please help us. You would, please.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we need to really move past this and get back to the fact that there is a missing girl. No one seems to really care about that. It's just so weird. I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Oh, absolutely,
Something
Sonia.
to that. I just wanted to say that it is ridiculous what all the family feuding and how it has turned this whole investigation away from Summer, and it's such crap that it's a shame because I really do feel like she's been abducted. Nobody's even looking at those possibilities, and I feel like whoever did this is like I've heard that there's 15 more kids and Summer went missing. It's like a free for all. Nobody's looking for them. They're all looking at Donnie and Candace.
Yeah, there's something really bad going on down there.
And as far as the family feuding, that'll probably not be resolved. That's been going on from day one. There's always been a big split there. I just wish that would just be kept privately. It has nothing to do with Summer.
Me too. And it's unfortunate you have other channels.
Yeah.
Other big channels that are making a big production of that specific part. I am not in agreement with that. I actually have been in private contact with one of the channels and telling them I think it's wrong, but they just don't agree. And that's too bad. And that's why we wanted to have a safe place, because we knew, like, Don's talking. I mean, he's even being so open to let an ex-cop in his house and all of that. And we're like, well, if he's going to talk, let's give him a safe place to talk where it's not going to get twisted around on him.
Yeah, because God
really
knows they love to twist everything.
Yes, they do. I can't believe it. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's sickening. And they've actually, like, they come after us just for doing that. Like, they're spreading a rumor that I'm a bad guy, done some.
Yeah, everybody on it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Don, I wanted to ask you, have you guys been offered any type of like therapy or any kind of help or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I'm probably not supposed to talk about that. Of course, I don't want therapy. No. I don't want therapy, but I'm willing to do whatever that they want. Whatever, I'm willing to do whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think that is there any questions that you've heard that we haven't gone over, Don? Is there anything you really want to say that we've kind of missed, or that people haven't asked you that you feel is missing?
No, not at this time. I don't. I just hope, that these people attacking our families on both sides of the continent and everybody else would just please stop all this. And, the FBI, anything that the public thinks of, or if they think I'm not looking for Summer or whatever, why aren't you out looking for Summer or whatever? Well, anything that I can think of, FBI or TVI has been there 3 times at least. They've searched, I don't know, they've searched 500 square miles, helicopter for a whole week straight. They fly airplanes at night with infrared, looking for any signatures whatsoever. We're all stumped. We don't know where or how she disappeared, and I don't want to elaborate too much and get in trouble with the gag order. But we've tried everything. We're trying to get EquiSearch, Dave Rader, to come back, and right now with these psychics and everything going on and all this hate going on the internet, you know, they don't want to let anybody in at this time, you know, and I don't know what to do except for to plead to the public, you know, please help us, you know, somehow. And that's, you know, I thought Facebook, you know, would be the best option to try to help find my daughter. And I accepted all friend requests that I got, like 2,500. And it's probably the biggest mistake I ever made to tore our family completely apart. But and the things that people say and stuff like that, it puts you down, and it really affects you badly. You know, it makes you feel like you're useless. There's no hope, and this and that. And when some of these rumors first started out, I've had women calling me, screaming at me, you know, did you do this? Did you do this? And I'm like, do what? You know, I did. That's before I was aware of the allegations, you know, with my nieces and everything. And I'm not even so sure that they're the ones who started this. I don't know, you know, but I know that they're scared to say anything. I think, you know, yeah, they should stand up and tell the truth, but I almost don't blame them, you know, because I know they have been attacked and by tons of people. They've shut down their Facebook, and you know, but I'm not mad. I should be, but I'm just, I mean, I guess, I don't know. What can you do?
Well,
I have to. So we're listening to this. Sonia doesn't say much. Dawn comes down, and Sonia stays up and talks for a little bit, which is why I'm going to go over all of it. There's probably about 20 minutes left. Here, let me split this. I could tell you. Yeah, 20 minutes exactly left. So we're going to finish this up, but I might come back tonight because I have a couple lives planned. Hey, just me. Yeah, I seen that, just me. He's a bitch. Dude's a straight bitch. Yep, broken crayon. Fucking eggplant. He's another eggplant penis head. Woman abuser, if you ask me. But I do have some lives. Maybe you guys could tell me which one you want to hear first. Set up that I'm having a rough time getting to. I want to go over soon the Churchill theft case that happened prior to Summer going missing. Tim's, I told you guys the other day I wanted to go over Benny's phone call, just the part with Tim, with his fucking theatrics. We still got to get over Benny's first panel on Cher's channel. I want to go over Sharon Lips, my messages with Dawn Wells about the church. But I really want to... There's a couple things that I haven't pulled out for you guys yet that we haven't even spoken about. And one of those would be Crystal Spencer's mother was talking to me about Crystal Spencer's first baby daddy and how the first baby daddy's mother has an addiction to stealing people's children and adopting them. And he is a preacher for a Baptist church. And I'm curious to find out till this day if Dawn and Candace ever attended this church that, because they went to all these churches, right? It's like the First Baptist or something. I'll get the full name and everything. But Eric Spencer, Crystal Spencer's first old man, has quite the fucking story with Crystal Spencer and her mother taking the baby away and things like that. So that's something I want to go over soon with you guys. And I want to go over EquiSearch. I think I'm going to do a third live today. I think I'm going to come live about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And we're going to go over some of the Dave Radar and Duty Ron and Twyla stuff. I'm going to set up for it after this live. I'm going to find some stuff, but I think it's important to go over because Andy really did have a hard time with EquiSearch searching. And I want to go back and look at the whole story of it. I want to know, why does Andy have a problem with EquiSearch? Like, I get it, your weed plants, But they know you weren't there. They're not there looking for drugs. Is your weed plants really more important than a whole child's human life, Andy Bernard? That you would fight? And funny that while they're there, you're screaming you've seen Summer's dead body to your daughter. It's sickening. And it's a form of narcissistic abuse. If you've seen Summer's dead body, then you need to be calling the police. Your dream is crazy to me. You've been on my panel talking about it several times. Something don't feel right about it. And then Prayer Garden comes out talking about the baby's buried in the cemetery. Why is it seems like y'all are collaborating? Worse, just me. Because why would you allow abuse on your husband's children? Right? Public abuse. I'm sorry. I shame an abusive man. Dude's abusive. I call it as I see it. You could see it out here when he comes out here talking about his broken penis as a way to attack Jody Sue. When we really should be talking about the missing kid, right? George Anthony Bernard. You fucking troll ogre looking motherfucker. All right, we're going to finish this, but I think I'm going to come back tonight and we're going to go over a little bit of EquiSearch stuff, maybe an hour's worth, and then we'll continue it another night.
I think after going through that for a couple of months, a person would just kind of be throwing their hands up at it because, I mean, what can you do? If you completely ghost off social media, they'll say, oh, because we were on to something. And if you keep fighting, it's like, well, why is he talking? Like that? There's just no way to win. And I'm so sorry that this is happening to you, to Candace, to your family. It literally keeps us both up at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's sickening.
Yeah, it is. So I really want to thank you guys for helping the way you have, and the public that does support us. There's a lot of people that do support us, and there's a lot of people that do believe in us. And I think if you sit down and you really look at all the evidence and everything, a lot of people do believe us, but there's that evil entity, that they're just in it for the show. They're in it for the money. I'd like to know how much, he makes for show. I mean, we've made some.
Another thing that bothers me about Andy is all this time you have no interest in the Wells. You're not seeing them. But Summer's anniversary or birthday comes up and you're suddenly going to the party and going to the prayer vigil. But you ain't been to one since. The one white boy went to. Like it's all just a show for him.
We've thought about it, but we don't know. But it's got to be tremendous just to keep all these lives going. He's making huge money.
I can show you how to look later.
Okay, but yeah, he's got to be making tons of money destroying people's lives, and it's just not right.
Don, that actually it reminds me now, because that's a lot of comments that I'm getting. Does Don know you make a few dollars on YouTube? Does he know like that you've gotten subscribers from having him on your channel? And I tell them, yes, you do. And I let them know that you actually wished my channel well. Do you want to, I mean, you do know that, right? And I've kind of told you. I mean, I make a little bit of money, but not a lot.
Well, yeah, we all got to make a living somehow. And I wish I could do what y'all are doing or something, that would be awesome. So that's great. But at least you guys are sticking to what's right. So you have to be commended for that, and that's extremely important. And it's like you said, you could go out there and make a Jerry Springer show out of everything and make big dollars if you wanted to, but you choose to do the right thing. And so I want to thank you for that. And because it's really helped me straighten out a lot of this stuff, and maybe some other people will come forward. I hope and pray, you know, and I hope and pray, you know, Summer, you know, we can concentrate on her instead of trying to concentrate on defending ourselves constantly. You know, it's bad, you know, go through all this horrific stuff day after day, and then in the end of the day, finally being able to think about Summer and pray and, you know, beg God to please bring her back home somehow, because it's definitely going to take a miracle. The police, the FBI, all the 106 different agencies I've heard were here, and they can't find her. So only God knows where she's at, and only God can help us. So I just please keep praying for all you guys that support us and believe in us. Just please keep praying, you know, for Summer. She's a beautiful little girl, and we surely miss her very much.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to stress to everyone. Regardless of what you think happened, who did what, please pray for Summer. The more we pray, just the better the chances. It can't hurt. So take a few minutes and throw up a couple prayers for Summer, please.
Instead of the hate comments, just hashtag bring Summer home.
Yeah.
Don, that brings me to a question that you actually sent me a link to him. He's another big supporter, one of our newer friends in helping kind of rally behind you guys, Benny, Blood Money Ben. He was wondering how you're feeling now. What do you think the next 6 months look like if Summer's still missing? What do the next 6 months look like? You already said that you're worried about losing your job. Candace, I mean, we've seen her on video chats with you guys and seen how just she's a wreck. She's an emotional wreck. And then she's got all these people, you should hate Cher for this, blah, 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 and you should do this. So she's really got a lot on her. So I understand. But what do you think the next 6 months looks like going from here?
Yeah, we don't know for sure. You know, if it was up to Mr. McDonough and his crew that are doing all this attacking, they don't care about the evidence. They'd lock it if he could. I believe he'd put the cuffs on me and lock me up for the rest of my life, no problem. He ain't got a problem with locking up innocent people. He's, you know, his record shows that. You know, I don't want to attack. But I mean, the truth's there. People know that. I don't have to say no more. I don't know what the next 6 months is going to. I hope it involves Summer coming home. You know, because it is. You know, people say it's just that it can't happen, that she can't just disappear. Well, there's 250 kids, like you mentioned the other day, missing from the Eastern Tennessee area since 2020. I mean, where did they go? If the kids can't just disappear, then where are the other 250? I don't know. But like, I was telling someone earlier today, I can go down that dog trail. If I was in a hurry, I bet you I could make it down there in less than 20, 25 seconds at the most. I could be down that dog trail to the road and gone. No problem. I don't know. It's just so hard to go day by day without Summer. I'm always on my mind. And, but yeah, these hate groups, you know, I'm sure, like I mentioned, the crew, they're trying to infiltrate with my wife. They're telling her things and, you know, sending her things up. And they're trying to turn her again. They're trying to, you know, still play this game, but put us against each other in every way, and it's not right. So I don't know. Like you said, I mean, she is really tore up, and she don't know which way to turn. She don't know who to trust anymore. And it's sad. It's real sad. They're tearing her up. She's at a breaking point. She's at a point that it's not good. I've never seen her like this. It's not good at all. People are preying on her. It's not right. I wish they'd stop. But all you good friends out there that do know her, or whatever, please support her. She is tore up. But people are pretending to be her friend and all this and that, and still playing this evil game. You know, I don't know what else to say. You know, just it's pretty bad. It's not right what y'all are doing.
Yeah, I agree. And there's no way for us to prove to Candace, or to you for that matter, that we're above board and we're not going to somehow use everything to turn on you, other than, you can see what we have done.
Yeah.
But
that's what I always said.
Either way, I mean, we feel for you, Candace, and we're hoping for the best in all this, and we just want you all to have peace. And we don't want to be causing any pain or anything like that. If we are inadvertently, I am so sorry. That's not our intention at all.
All right, we appreciate you guys. Like I'm saying, I wish we could focus on finding Summer, but we haven't been able to since all this craziness, tearing our family apart. So I wish we could focus on looking for Summer. I don't know. It's been over 2 months. She could be anywhere by now. But I just wanted to thank y'all, and I should probably head back towards the house.
Can I say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what would you like to say before we end this here, Sonia?
I wish people would stop all these rumors too, so that they could focus on Summer, not having to defend themselves to the world. I really don't even understand why people aren't looking at other options, because they seem perfectly clear to me that she definitely could have been abducted. I wanted to say something about the dogs. People are always talking about the dogs out there. When my mom lived out there, I remember her telling me that dogs would come on her property after running for days, chasing coons or whatever they do, and they would just be, the dogs who just wore out. They would just lay there and rest for a day. She'd feed them and water them, and they'd rest, and they would go. And so I know that dogs run out there for hours, and these dogs are all strays. So something goes running in the woods. It just makes perfect sense to me that dogs aren't there all the time. If something happened, they weren't there. I get that they weren't there.
Yeah, lots of people don't understand that, because they think they have a dog, but the dog it's a house dog. It's in their house a lot of the time.
Some dogs don't leave.
So it's not going to leave. But outside dogs, they'll wander all over the place.
Yeah,
that is
stray dogs
legit.
in the country, they hang where they want to.
Yep.
And they wouldn't be hard to make friends with. If somebody, they said they saw somebody on the property before, hanging out on the property. Feed the dogs a couple times, they're not going to bark. It doesn't make sense that nobody gets the dogs.
Sonia, people are going to wonder, well, I remember, because I have a very bad memory, but people are going to wonder your exact relation to Dawn.
I'm his biological sister.
And a full-blooded sister, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
The only one that's really stayed in touch with them all these years. He's got another biological sister she's, sometimes I have contact with her, sometimes I don't. But my stepsisters, they have not had any contact with them for 20 plus years.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we really appreciate you calling in, Sonia. I know that you didn't really want to get involved, but I know that also it's been weighing on you because you can't stand watching what Dawn and Candace are going through.
I hate it.
So I really appreciate you for calling in and being willing to say a little something for people to hear and see another side. So thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. Thank you guys for having a place where he could say something without everything being twisted.
Absolutely. It's the least that we can do.
Like, we can't really, I would love to come down there and I'd walk in the woods for as much as I could, but we can't get down there. So we'll do what we can from up here, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate
Don,
it.
I just want to thank you again because, as you said, so many people have tricked you, manipulated, and I just want to thank you again. And I'm sorry that you guys are under attack just because of us, and that's not what you need. But I do really, I just want to thank you and Candace. Thank Candace for the time that you take away to do this and answer questions, and for trusting us not to be like other channels that have been out there and what they're doing. So thanks, Don. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks to you all, because I know you guys have been taking a lot of heat, and it's like everybody I know, people attack everybody I know all that they can, and we know it's part of the crew that we was talking about earlier, but just thank y'all, and I just would like to say, love and prayers to everybody, and I'm sure Summer, she would say the same thing, and she was always breaking up arguments and stuff, with me and Candace was having a little argument, whatever. She would always say, stop, and be nice and be good. We love her and we miss her with all our hearts and everything we got. We love her. We just hope and pray that she's safe, and but yeah, love and prayers to everybody, and thanks y'all very much. Okay.
You too. Thank you. Get back home to your wife.
Thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Don.
Good night, Sonia. Thank you for calling in. I think that was really awesome, and they're still going to drag Don or whatever, but
They just won't stop.
It's good to see the other side, but I'm sorry. People can't see emotion, and that's BS.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to get some reference,
I know he doesn't show a lot of emotion, but I've seen it when I call him. I know what they're going through. I hate it for him. I can't even imagine how it must be. But I wouldn't show my
we have no
emotion to the
baseline
world either. Yeah.
But we don't know what he was like before Summer went missing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going by what we see now. And he's not freaking out, crying, screaming, wailing, but
he's broken.
Yeah, he looks broken to me.
You look sad now just from seeing and watching him. I could see your tone kind of
it bothers me to see another man hurting. I see it.
And trying to be strong for his wife and everything. And yeah.
It's just
I don't even know how he's handling it.
I don't know either.
I'm afraid for him. I'm afraid for what, because I don't know how much more he can take.
Well, I think it'll lighten up soon.
Yeah.
People are riding this hate wave, but once it will die off. It's going to have to take its course. Unfortunately, people are just horrible. They're mean and vicious, and they love to cause pain.
I know. I kept thinking it would die off. I kept thinking if he would just be quiet, people would run out of things to talk about. And I didn't want to say anything, thinking it would just it's just going to add fuel to the fire. But
she wants people to run out of things to talk about. She doesn't want us out here talking about Summer, and she's not begging for Summer. It really pisses me off that Dawn's family hasn't supported the baby, even if you don't, and Candace's. Even if you don't support the parents, Summer's innocent. What, y'all can't come together and beg the perpetrator who took Summer, if you believe it's an abduction, like you stated, to bring the baby home? You just got to come out here and address the drama with the stepsisters that you also don't like. Right? Adding fuel to the fire of their story. Instead of just coming out here and saying this should be about Summer. Here's a picture of Summer. Let me show you my face. Here's my niece. Can you please help me find my niece? Please call 1-800-DBI-FIND. This is how you address it. The one and only time you ever came out and spoke. Especially them thinking of kidnapping. Yes, and Summer is an innocent child. Dawn and Candace happen to be shitty parents. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying you can't make a mistake as a parent. However, Shitty parents are shitty parents. Candace was shooting drugs into her body on a live. While Dawn sat on a toilet and Betty read a letter Pergarden wrote to their children right after this. Why didn't you, as somebody sober and normal in her family, come out and beg for your niece's safe return? That bothers me.
The fire doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't for a while, but it'll stop eventually. It's just going to take some time.
So.
Well, Sonia, thanks again for calling in. This will go up. I'll text you with the link when it goes up either tomorrow or Sunday.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for all you're doing. I'm sorry you didn't get so much help.
We get it anyway. It's okay.
I'll go through that if it helps get Summer home.
Yep.
I got no problem with that.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, another one in the books.
Well, another one in the books. Look, I timed that perfectly. I got my 2 hours in. I thought I was going to be here longer, so I probably will. It's only 6 o'clock, so I'll probably come live tonight at 10 with some Dave Radar stuff or the Crystal Spencer stuff. I think I want to do Equisearch since this is where we've been going. Hey, Seminole Wins. Sorry, you just came in and I'm about to get off. I'm about to say my peace and love. 2 lives today, and I'm going to go for a third later tonight because I'm bored. I ain't got shit to do today. It's cold out. It's nasty out here, and it's light rain. Yuck. In Pennsylvania. Shitty weather in the winter. I hate it. I need to move south. All right, guys. I'm going to get off. Peace and love. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, and I'll see you all tonight at 10. I think I'm going to do the Equisearch stuff. Talk to you then.